Good afternoon, thanks for joining us right here on Midday Kentucky. I have a full panel of leaders for our LGBTQ community right here in the state of Kentucky. Before we went to break, everyone, we were talking about the news of Justice Kennedy retiring and what effect this will have on our community. Not just after July, we're talking 10 to 20 years.
Decades.
Of what this is meaning. We touched on how you were feeling Tuesday about how this is affecting your community, and especially you being transgender. What are your thoughts and feelings?
AVAL works with disenfranchised people every day, and so we just remain concerned about the civil rights of everyone in the community. But what this says to us is we have an obligation to continue to be a strong local community, to continue to express our opinions and our voices and take care of each other, because they may be tough times ahead, but here in Kentucky, here in Lexington, we know how to do community, and that's what's important.
Josh?
So here's the thing, Justice Kennedy was not this liberal lion that Ruth Bader Ginsburg was.
Correct.
He voted 92% of the time with Chief Justice William Rehnquist when Rehnquist was still the Chief Justice. Where we start to get concerned is not that Kennedy is leaving, it's who's going to replace him. Kennedy, he came down, he penned some fantastic words in the marriage decision in Obergefell that I even from the courthouse plaza, echoed out because they were fantastic. But then keep in mind, he also went against the LGBT community on the masterpiece decision that just came down this past month. So I don't think that it's that we're so concerned that Justice Kennedy is leaving us. It's who will the president appoint and who will the Senate, which is now controlled by a conservative majority, confirm. And I think the thing that I would say the most is that elections have consequences, folks. This is what we preach about, not to steal from your profession, but this is what we talk about on a constant basis of you have to get out and vote. You have to be part of the process, because this will not be a decade that it will affect. It will affect the court for a generation to come.
And it's something else that I want to bring into this, because people think when you have these type of discussions that we're waving the flag only for us. So when I say this, I don't want this to be taken the wrong way. We are concerned for everyone's rights of what's about to happen. And I noticed, I believe it was Mitch McConnell last night, everyone, was saying that he wanted to get this judge appointed before November.
Absolutely.
This is frightening
well, I think
for everyone.
He's the same person that would not allow President Obama to appoint a justice to the court and use all the loopholes. And while it is equal rights for everyone, Troy, I also bring up that, and this is very disturbing to me, I can marry a couple on a Sunday afternoon, and they can be fired on Monday morning because there's no federal protection for us.
A gay couple. Yes.
Yeah. And so what we were all hoping is that we would see the Supreme Court shift a bit, because it's very important that sexual orientation, sexual identity, and expression be added as a federal protected class.
Say the marriage law has been passed, can that be challenged if a judge comes in and goes, he's going to lean more to the right, or the left? Can those type of things be challenged for our community?
You typically won't see the Supreme Court itself take activism, which is one of the terms that a lot of folks like to use. You won't see the Supreme Court bring up a case on its own. But I think that this sends a shot right across the bow to anybody that wants to challenge the Obergefell decision that made marriage the law of the land, marriage equality the law of the land. I think you're going to see it. I think you're going to see some Southern attorney generals that will challenge the law, and it will work its way back to the court. And now, it's up in arms as to what the makeup of the court will be and where that decision will come down.
All right, well, let's move on from politics. We're going to go to a commercial break. We'll be right back. This is Midday Kentucky, everyone. We are celebrating Lexington Pride.